in Russia's Far East, in the ruthless winter. Wind fuses the snow into a thick, icy crust, creating one of the most barren places on Earth. At the coast, even the seas slowly turn solid. Along its edges, a male, but he's not alone in the big freeze. The wolverine, elusive and shrouded in superstition and fear, is perfectly suited to Kamchatka's mystical winter landscape. His feet are so broad, they work like snowshoes, allowing him to skim across the deep snow, targeting larger, slower animals. The wolverine's powerful jaws and sharp teeth can chew through frozen meat and bone. But wolverines are also opportunistic scavengers, eating anything they can get. Only after they've had their fill does this fox dare to move in. They don't leave much, but the fox takes what he can get. For the red fox, winter is a time to find a mate. Males may seek out several females. These two have bonded, and they'll stay together through the spring. If they're lucky, they'll soon have cubs to support. At sunrise, the male prowls for food. The fox stalks cautiously as he follows a bird's scent. It's a ptarmigan, and he has no intentions of feeding the fox couple. He may seem vulnerable, but he's well equipped to deal with Kamchatka's deep snow. His feet are covered with hair-like feathers, allowing him to walk on top of the snow. The fox won't give up easily. He's hunting for two. A second ptarmigan tempts the fox, but it's just beyond his reach. The fox has been outfoxed by a bird. Discouraged but still hungry, he continues to prowl. But at the sight of his mate, he heads back to his den for the evening. In North America, foxes return to the same site for generations. But here, they dig temporary homes. When the snow melts, they move on. The next day, he'll head out to hunt again. The strange staccato calls of a male black-billed capercaillie echo through the woods. He struts his stuff to attract females. But his noisy dance is music to the fox's ears. As the fox tries to pinpoint the capercailzie's location, he goes quiet. This fox couple will stick together through spring, when she'll give birth to their litter of kids. But spring seems unimaginable as winter immobilizes Kamchatka. This primordial land. In time, exception. Eagles arrive at Lake Corral. Steller's eagles are nearly 2/3 heavier, but at 10 pounds, golden eagles aren't exactly lightweights. And their appetites are just as big. A lone golden eagle may spend hours trying to peck through the tough frozen fish scales to reach the hard-won flesh. Food gets shredded and shared. Until the Steller's eagles lose their calm and crash the party.
Buying the Bayou's back with houseboats, gators, docks for fishing, Cajun wants and Cajun wishings, modest shanties, small-time shacks, rooms filled with lots of knickknacks, down-home people, unique beaches, waters with all kinds of creatures. Ain't no place like this on earth. Properties well worth their worth. Unique homes with killer views. When you buy you, some buy you. Woohoo! Buying the Bayou. New season. Monday at 10 only on Destination America.
Turn around.
Every now and then I get a little bit tempted by the chocolate all around.
Turn around, Brian.
This bar is protein, oh yeah!
Did you get my email?
I did.
So what'd you think of the house?
Did you see the school rating?
Oh, you're right.
Hey, babe, I gotta go.
Bye, Daddy.
Have a good day at school, okay?
When it got cold.
But what about when my parents visit?
Okay. I just love this one. It's next to a park.
I love it.
I love it too.
You're not just looking for a house. You're looking for a place for your life to happen. Zillow.
Welcome to the all-new Intuit QuickBooks. Run your entire business with it. Get paid however you want with it. Get real work done wherever with it. Make all your numbers play nicely with it. Say bye-bye to the old way with it. Run payroll with your finger with it. Scan receipts with it. Sync this stuff with that stuff and that stuff with it. Maintain your sanity with it. This is your business on the all-new QuickBooks. Run with it.
When everything's included, the kids get a vacation of their own. And so do we. But when we get together, it's the best time of all.
I can feel it, yeah.
Right now, you can get up to 65% off. Call your travel agent or 1-800-BEACHES.
Attention women who have been implanted with a pelvic mesh device, commonly called a bladder sling. If you have had or are scheduled to have a surgery to repair the mesh device, you may be entitled to a significant cash award. The FDA has warned that these devices may cause pain, scarring, infections, loss of bladder control, and other serious injuries. In some cases, the device may puncture nearby organs, leading to multiple replacement and correction surgeries. Recently, a South Dakota woman was awarded $11.1 million. Call the Relion Group today for a free consultation. You don't owe us a penny unless we are successful with an implanted pelvic mesh device or bladder sling. Call the Relion Group at 1-800-370-6358. That's 1-800-370-6358.
America's hillbilly MacGyvers are back.
You got a lot riding on this.
They survive on brains and brawn.
That's what I'm talking about right there.
Deep in their hillbilly blood. New season premieres Saturday at 9, only on Destination America.
Like a distant planet, Kamchatka sits encased in solid ice and snow for 6 months of the year. Even the sea succumbs. And this remote peninsula is hemmed by an impenetrable mass of ice floes. But the Stellar's eagles pay no heed. When food's at stake, they seem willing to fight to the death. It's Stellar Eagle versus Golden Eagle. The Stellar is the heavyweight, but the Golden Eagle's no pushover. While the adults battle it out, the youngsters remain on the sidelines. Their parents, who fed them devotedly just weeks ago, now squabble over the pecking order. Young upstarts constantly challenge authority and each other. It's a scene that will play itself out year after year in the deep freeze of Kamchatka's winter. This is a violent land, where battles are fought day in and out, one animal against the next. And all animals struggle against the ruthless and ever-changing landscape. Though the harsh winter will eventually thaw, making way for spring, the ice only makes way for fire. Kamchatka has never seen calm. Its volcanoes have always been and will always be the fiery force that defines this land. Their destructive power will continue to dominate Kamchatka and all of the wildlife that live here forever. For thousands of years, the animals in this distant and tumultuous land have thrived. They've been cut off from civilization by sheer geographic isolation and by politics. Now, the shroud has lifted from Kamchatka. Still, only a lucky few will travel to the ends of the earth to see this mysterious land firsthand. But those who do will journey into a primordial world, its wilderness untouched by man. For this is Kamchatka, land of fire and ice. The Urals. Primeval forests cloak Russia's most ancient mountains. Its sentinels of stone guard this rugged sanctuary. Here, icons of the wild must struggle to survive. This vast wilderness is witness to remarkable tales of life and death. Enter Russia's secret forests, the Urals. Russia's wilderness is vast. Few have traveled to its farthest reaches. But now, wild Russia has gained exclusive access, revealing snow-capped mountains, smoldering volcanoes, endless tundra, and great forests. This is a wilderness unlike any other on Earth. Russia's 6.5 million square miles includes a rugged region dominated by a 1,500-mile-long backbone of mountains, the Urals. The Ural Mountains were formed more than 250 million years ago. Over time, wind and water have worn them down into low, rolling mountains covered in ancient forests. It's an ideal refuge for Russia's exiles, animals fleeing the advance of civilization. Some trees have guarded the wildlife here for centuries. They bear witness to the struggles of two of this region's rarest creatures. One is the Russian desman, and it's found nowhere else on Earth. This water-loving mammal is highly elusive, and catching this rare creature on film in the wild is astonishing. With a nose like a hedgehog and paws like a platypus, this odd-looking creature is related to the mole. And like the mole, it's almost entirely blind. Instead of sight, the desman relies on touch, using his long whiskers and sensory hairs on his body to feel his way around. Equally at home on land or in water, he can remain submerged for up to 5 minutes without a breath. Hunted for its lush fur, the desman had almost entirely vanished from the wild by the early 1900s. Today, there are 27,000 desmans left on the planet, all in the Urals. And unfortunately, their numbers continue to decline. Farther north, the forest conceals another mammal, but this one teeters on the very brink of extinction. Like the desman, European mink was hunted so aggressively for its fur, it almost disappeared entirely. Today, there are less than 5,000 European mink in the world, making it one of Russia's most endangered mammals. But this female is about to increase the mink population, if only by a few. First, she must prepare her den. As a storm brews above, our cameras witness a birth seen by few. The first of the mink's tiny newborns comes into view. Mother and kit are still linked by the umbilical cord. After she licks her kit clean, she bites through the cord. It's a victory for the mother and her species. There are more young to come. Outside, the weather has calmed. A soaked owl chick preens, oblivious to the events unfolding just below. It's a tranquil scene. The exhausted mother can finally relax, surrounded by her squirming newborns. But the sound of a squirrel alarms her. As she steps outside, she reveals 5 healthy mink kits, each weighing less than half an ounce. While her precious kits spell hope for the future of the species, other creatures fight more commonplace battles. It's early spring, but snow still covers the ground, and food is scarce. Eurasian elk, called moose in North America, are the largest of the deer family. Females can weigh up to 700 pounds, and males up to 1,700. These females are hungry, and tempers are running short. Like giant-sized boxers, females fight by striking with their front feet. Cold weather fuels the elk's already hefty appetites. They'll consume about 45 pounds of twigs daily. In their never-ending quest for food, they inevitably cross paths with the enemy. Just out of hibernation, a brown bear is on the hunt. Although still groggy, this top predator could still outrun and kill an elk. But the deep snow is unexpected, and his fumbling footsteps alert the elk. It's a disappointing start after 6 months of fasting. Until the snow melts, he'll eat vegetarian fare. The dense forests of the Urals are slow to make way for spring. They cloak more than 60,000 square miles of pristine wilderness. But spring is mating season, even if there's still snow on the ground. This black grouse searches for a mate. Males woo females with a unique bubbling sound called roo-cooing. His love song attracts the unwanted attention of a hungry wolverine. The carnivore's presence breaks the romantic mood. They'll continue their courtship on safer ground. Wolverines, the largest of the weasel family, will travel up to 40 miles a day in search of food. But this one takes a moment to groom himself with a brisk roll on the ground. As the snow melts, streams cut fresh paths through the forest and feed hundreds of rivers along the length of the Urals. For Eurasian elk, the welcome thaw can also bring danger. Their migration takes them across newly swollen, fast-flowing rivers. In the water, they can reach speeds of nearly 6 miles per hour and can travel as far as 12 miles. But swift rising water drags many to their death each year. Only the strongest will reach the safety of the shore.
It's the bigger, better event.